Welcome to The Upside with your hosts Vernon Stewart and Tanya Vaden. This show is brought to you by the City of Pensacola. You know, the upside of Florida. We're here to keep you informed on all the changes that affect you and your community, so you're always in the know. And now, The Upside with Vernon and Tanya.
Hello, Pensacola, and welcome back to The Upside, your news and views of everything that's happening in the City of Pensacola. And we are your hosts. I'm Vernon Stewart.
And I'm Tanya Vaden.
And we're back with another show this week. Happy Taco Tuesday, and we are ready to get rolling.
So Vernon, I heard we have some pretty big construction projects going on in the city.
Yeah, absolutely. As we talked about in the previous show, our stormwater enhancement infrastructure has always been a big issue with the city residents. We're always looking for ways to improve stormwater and how to mitigate stormwater issues in the city. And we do indeed have some stormwater enhancement projects happening here in the City of Pensacola. So you'll start seeing some detours, some construction happening at certain locations in the city, specifically at 19th Avenue and Blackshear. That, of course, is a stormwater enhancement project. You also got Clematis Street and Carpenters Creek Stormwater Enhancement Project, and L Street and Saragossa Street Stormwater Treatment Enhancement Project. So all adjacent property owners have already been informed of these construction projects. They've been certified mail letters that have been sent out, so they are aware. So right now what we're doing is we're just notifying city residents to also inform them, to let them know to, if you can, avoid these areas, because we're putting in some stormwater enhancements to kind of help our city.
Excellent. Well, and this is actually a good time of year to be doing that because we've had a lot of rain, so you can definitely see the benefits of doing that right now.
Right, absolutely. Stormwater enhancement projects is one of those things that you don't think about until a big storm event comes. So what we're doing right now, of course, we're just wanting to let our residents know that these are three fairly sizable projects that will be going on for quite some time. I know 19th Avenue and Blackshear, that's going to be 150 days, and then you got L Street and Saragossa Street, that's going to be up to 175 days. So they're going to be working on this for quite some time. So we're just asking that residents be patient, and if there's any questions, of course, they can reach out to us, pio@cityofpensacola.com. But otherwise, that'll be something that we will have out there for the residents.
Well, speaking of construction projects, Vernon, did you know that you actually need a permit to launch your boat at one of the city's boat launches?
I do now.
You do. Well, a lot of people don't know that. So we actually have signage at each of our boat launches. We have 4 of them. One is currently under renovation or repairs right now, so it's closed, the one at Sanders Beach. But we also have boat ramps or boat launches at Bayou Tahar, Bayview Park, and then at 17th Avenue near the Graffiti Bridge. And so you can put your boat in there, but you do need to pay for a permit. And you can do a daily permit, which is $5, or that you can come into the Parks and Recreation office and you can purchase a boat launch permit that's good for the entire year. So if you are interested in doing that, you can come, like I said, to the Parks and Recreation office, or you can go online to playpensacola.com. We have a link there to our online registration where you can purchase your boat launch permit and we'll mail it to you. Or you can call our office at 436-5670 and we'll take your permit information over the phone. Online renewals only. If you're a new permit, if you're seeking a new permit, you have to come into the office. So just another way that we try to make it convenient for you to do business with the city.
That's really good information. I mean, like I said, I had no idea that you had to have a boat launch permit. I'm sure there's people that are still out there just running their boats and putting it out in the water.
Yes, we get that a lot, and then of course they get a ticket on their vehicle when they come back. So unfortunately, it does happen, but so we're trying to inform everybody that you do need a permit to park there, and like I said, you can pay on site that day, or you can buy a permit that's good for the whole year. It will actually be good through through December 31st of this year.
Okay, and we'll also put a link, and we can put a link in the description on how they can on the website.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So Vernon, I understand there's an upcoming workshop or meeting coming up for local entrepreneurs and businesses?
Yeah, there's a big networking event that we have coming up on February 6th. The Office of Supplier Diversity, City of Pensacola, and the Gulf Coast African American Chamber of Commerce is presenting what we have. It's called the 2018 Pensacola Supplier Diversity Exchange. And this is our second annual event. Last year was a big hit. We had over 100 participants involved in last year's event. So this year, what we're doing again is, of course, we're trying to get the word out on this event. So if you're a small business owner, if not even just a small business owner, if you're a business owner and you want to be more involved in the bidding process, then come on out February the 6th. You're going to have to register. We're putting a link down in the description box on how to register. But please register, because you'll be able to come out, meet some local representatives and state representatives on how to get more involved in the bidding process for contracts for the city and state levels.
Excellent. Well, I know that will be pretty informative, because a lot of folks, we have new businesses coming up all the time, and it can be a daunting process if you don't know how to navigate it.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the other benefits is that they make it a fun event. From what I understand, there'll be food trucks out there as well. There were food trucks out there last year, so it's a really fun event. There'll be one-on-one interviews between business owners and some of these local and state buyers, and there will also be scheduled one-on-one interviews. So it's a big networking event. So if you're interested, please go down to the description box, check that link out, and be sure to register.
Sounds like a great opportunity.
Yeah.
All right, Vernon. So last week we talked about New Year's resolutions, and you said yours was to get fit or to work out more.
Yes, I have not started that yet.
Neither have I.
It's still on the agenda, though.
Yes. Well, I can tell you some good places to go, actually.
Right, awesome.
Our neighborhood resource centers, they actually have weight rooms with fitness equipment. So we have cardio and other types of fitness equipment available to you. And there's no gym membership.
Oh,
so you have no commitment. Basically, you can pay by the day or you can pay by the month. It's $1 each time you visit, or you can pay $10 a month. And seniors ages 50 and older are free.
Wow.
Yeah. And we also offer a lot of fitness classes. We have everything from Zumba to Tai Chi and yoga. We even offer Pilates and some other classes, and classes for kids as well.
Mm-hmm. Now, one question I'm sure is probably going to come up is this just exclusive to city residents, or?
No, it is not. City and non-residents can take advantage of that. There's different levels of pricing for some of the classes, but no, it's open to everybody.
Oh, wow. And the hours for these gyms, is it just whatever the...
It does vary.
Okay.
It's whatever the community center hours are. So usually their weight rooms, those hours are coinciding with the neighborhood resource center, and then also the classes. Each one of the centers has a different schedule of classes. So you can go online to playpensacola.com and you can check out those schedules and get in there and start getting fit.
So now I have one less excuse.
One less excuse.
All right.
So speaking of being healthy, the city is actually a big partner this year and was last year with the American Cancer Society. And Vernon, you got a chance to go out and talk with Lynn this week?
Yeah, so I was able to go out and meet with Lynn with the American Cancer Society and talk about some of the cool things that they have going on in our nonprofit highlight this week. Let's take a look. So here we are with Lynn Cranford, the program manager for the American Cancer Society. There's a lot of people, Lynn, that are not familiar with the mission of the American Cancer Society. So can you give us kind of a rundown idea of everything that the American Cancer Society does?
Yes, and thank you, Vernon, for inviting us to be here today. The American Cancer Society is on a mission to free the world of cancer. And until we do that, we will continue to fund and support research here also for supporting people with cancer and so that they will live healthier lives.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now I know there's a big component with the research and a lot of the funds that are raised through different activities. Now there's different activities that fall under the American Cancer Society umbrella. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
We have our Relay for Life, which is held during the springtime of the year. It's coming up soon. There are several within the community of Escambia and Santa Rosa County. We also, in the fall of the year, do our Making Strides for Breast Cancer Walk, which is in October, which is Breast Cancer Month,
right,
as well as our Cattle Barons Ball and our Real Men Wear Pink, which our mayor was one of our Real Men Wear Pink in 2017,
right,
and we thank him for that support.
Yeah.
But because of those fundraisers and because we do those fundraisers, we're able to provide many programs for people with cancer.
Okay. Now, I know also in addition to raising funds for cancer research, the American Cancer Society also is involved in providing services and offering different types of support mechanisms for those that are affected by cancer, correct?
Yes, every day. Patients that are going through cancer treatment that do not have a ride to treatment, we have our Road to Recovery program. This is where volunteer drivers drive patients to their treatment centers for their treatment and then drive them home. We drive many patients every day, and we thank our volunteers that are out there doing that. Then also we have our Look Good, Feel Better program where we have volunteer cosmetologists who volunteer their time, and they teach cancer patients to be able to know what some of the signs are for the changing of appearance while they're going through treatment.
Wow.
And this is a 2-hour session that we hold once a month at the ACS office.
Wow. Now being, as you and I have talked, I'm the event chair for Relay for Life of Pensacola, which is the local downtown relay, and one thing that I've seen is how many people have been affected by cancer, and everything that the American Cancer Society does to help alleviate some of those issues that people that are affected by cancer and those that want to do a little bit more to help raise funds and for research to help find a cure. So where would somebody go if they wanted to get involved, whether it be volunteering or if they've been affected and wanted to get access to some of these support services?
Our cancer.org website is the best place for all information about cancer, whether it's getting involved as a volunteer or getting involved in one of the events or even just finding out information. And also we have a 1-800 number that's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Awesome.
And that's 1-800-227-2345.
Awesome. And we'll put all that information in the description as well. So, Lynn, we want to thank you for coming and stopping by. American Cancer Society, of course, I'm a big advocate for everything that the American Cancer Society does. And again, I want to thank you for coming by and helping to spread the word for the American Cancer Society and helping to find a cure for cancer.
Thank you very much. And I also want to mention that at our relay events and Making Strides, survivors are one of our most welcomed walkers at those events.
Yeah.
And like you know, we do a survivor lap, and we invite survivors to become a part of our relay and our Making Strides, because we want them to know that we're here for them.
Absolutely. And I do know firsthand that survivors, they get that royalty red carpet treatment at different events because as we know, when they're afflicted by this, by cancer, such as something as significant as cancer, their outlook may become grim at times, and it's through organizations like the American Cancer Society and through events like Relay for Life and Making Strides and Real Men Wear Pink kind of help put them back up on that pedestal. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So again, thank you.
Thank you.
We're looking forward to a nice, great, very eventful year, and we're looking forward to it.
Thank you.
Yeah,
thank you very much.
So as you can see, that was a really great conversation I had with Lynn over at the American Cancer Society. And as we talked about, we have a couple of great events coming up. We have the Pensacola Police Department 5K coming up. That's going to be really fun. And we also have the main event at the Community Maritime Park Amphitheater, which will be the main relay event on May 11th. So I myself am heavily involved in Relay for Life American Cancer Society. I know you've jumped on board this year as well, Tanya, so we're really excited about some of the things that they've got going on.
Yes, and if you haven't joined, if you haven't formed a team, but you've been thinking about doing that, we would love to have you join and start fundraising, and it's not too late.
Yep. And if you want more information on how to do any of that, we'll put a link in the description to the American Cancer Society website. All right, so we have something else really cool that's happening over at Parks and Recreation. Tanya, you have a little bit of information on that?
Yes, I do, and I wanted to ask you a question. Do you know a second language? Do you speak a second language?
I know words. I can't like put those words together to make a coherent sentence or anything like that.
That's pretty
but
much
yeah.
me too. Yes,
Okay.
I took Spanish in high school,
Spanish
but
as well,
that
yep.
was in college, and then that was as far as I went. But I was actually reading an article recently that says learning a new language is like sending your brain to the gym.
Wow.
Yeah, and especially for our elder residents. And so Parks and Recreation actually is starting a new program at Bayview Senior Center. It's called Conversational French with Serge. And it will be starting actually today, Tuesday, January 16th. Starting this week, and the classes are going to be held each Tuesday from 10 to 11 at Bayview Senior Center, so you do need to be 50 or older, but that is a great way for our seniors to exercise their brains a little bit, and it actually helps them make new connections, which kind of helps make life a little easier and expands their minds to new things.
That's really interesting, especially when you start talking about seniors. Of course, there's certain health conditions that people think about when you start talking about people that are up in age like that, like Alzheimer's and dementia and stuff like that. And I mean, this is an excellent way to kind of probably help counteract some of those conditions, right?
Absolutely, and exercising their brain a little bit more with something new can help them remember things that they're supposed to remember day to day.
Awesome.
That's it for this week's show. Thank you for tuning in. We want you to keep tuning in and have your friends tune in. So be sure and hit the like button and also the subscribe button over to the right there that Vernon's pointing to. And we'll see you back here next week.
This has been The Upside with your hosts, Vernon Stewart and Tanya Vaden. This show has been brought to you by the City of Pensacola. The upside of Florida. Join us again next week for more of The Upside.